Hello, my name is Brock Lewis, and I need you all to picture someone in your family laying in a bed in a hospital with all these machines connected to their body. Now think of the worst type of disorder or disease there is in the world. Now the disorder or disease you're thinking of is in their body and they have it for the rest of their life. There's no medicine or doctor that can cure your family member's disease. So they are suffering from this pain for the rest of their life. Now, I want you to make a decision. Would you like to see that family member suffer every day of their life, or have the right of euthanasia? Euthanasia is the painless killing of a patient suffering from an incurable or painful disease or disorder. Euthanasia was recently used by Brittany Menard, an American woman with terminal brain cancer who decided that she would end her life when her brain cancer was at its finest. She was an advocate for the legalization of aid and dying, known as euthanasia. Brittany described it as death with dignity.
Right. And so
really different.
yeah, you do. You've changed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's changed your physical
It changes
appearance.
your entire life. Every single part of who I was building myself into and my life, like in a way, has been altered.
You look in the mirror, and do you ever see yourself and like that? That doesn't look like me. That's not me.
Yes, that happens every day. The medication changes the way you feel and the way you look, and that's part of being a cancer patient. That's really like the petty side. It's taken away my ability to drive because I have seizures now. And it's taken away my ability to have the job that I had, that I love. And it's taken away my ability to continue to try to have children with my husband. And it's made us move our entire life to a different state. So, I mean, you can pretty much take any aspect of my life, from what may seem like a small petty thing to these huge monumental life changes. It's all been altered by my illness. And that's where the selflessness of my family comes in, because they've all sacrificed so much. It's not just all for me. It's everyone's been giving. Everyone's been bending over backwards to make sure that I don't suffer. And I don't want them to suffer either, because I think for them to watch me pass the long way in hospice would just be excruciating, not only for me, but for all my loved ones.
Okay. Now, at the Hemlock Society, they get calls from desperate people who are looking for someone like Jack Kevorkian, an American euthanasia activist, to end their lives which have lost lots of quality. This leads me to say that Americans should have the right to enjoy the European Declaration of Human Rights, which is the right to be forced not to suffer. It should be considered as much as a crime to make someone live who is suffering and does not wish to continue as it is to take life without consent. Surveys in the U.S. show that less than a third request for euthanasia because of their served pain. Euthanasia is beginning to be used all over the world, but it's not a bad thing to look into. Someone is seeking pain that can't work through. Terminally ill people can have their quality of life severely damaged by physical conditions such as vomiting, breathlessness, paralysis, and difficulty in swallowing. I don't think anyone can live a long life with those physical conditions happening constantly. Another thing that should be brought up is that how can someone be allowed to lay their beloved pet down if the pet is suffering, but that person has a family member that is suffering? They have to experience their suffering until that family member's body gives up. One day we will all die, but in the age of increasing longevity and medical advances, death can be suspended sometimes, indefinitely. So for the patient and their loved ones, real decisions are demanded. When do we stop doing all that we can? When do we withhold which therapies and allow nature to take its course? When are we through our own indecision and fears of morality, allowing wondrous medical methods to precisely prolong the dying rather than the living? These personal and socially expensive decisions should not be left to governments, judges, or legislators, but be left to the patient and their loved ones. Thank you.